Menaka Gandhi is now joining us. Thank you so much for your time. Your reaction to what the court has said today, modifying its earlier stray dog order. Dogs picked up to be released back is what the court has said.
Yes, it's a good order.
Yes.
And it's well within the scientific, it's a scientific order. So we are relieved.
Okay. Yes, I also want to ask you, Menaka Gandhi, something that the court has also said, essentially on the payment of 25,000 rupees by NGOs when it comes to setting up of these shelters. NGOs have also sought similar orders from court on other stray animals like pigs and cows, for example. How do you look at what is now being said by the court on depositing money for setting up of shelter homes, and what NGOs have also sought in terms of looking at other strays?
I haven't understood the question.
Okay, my question to you has got to do with the court today saying essentially that 25,000 rupees have to be deposited in the sense that those who
No, Beta, you haven't understood then the order. The order is that all the cases across India have to come to the Supreme Court.
Okay.
All the High Court cases, because this order applies to the whole of India. And what they have specifically said is that any impediment by an NGO in Supreme Court, because thousands of people have impeded themselves, okay? So they've said any impediment by an NGO will have to pay 25,000 for the impediment.
Okay.
And any individual who is impeding themselves in this case will have to pay 2 lakhs. It's basically just a way to stop so many thousand people from putting themselves into the case, because otherwise the case will take years. This is an interim order.
Okay, I understand. We're waiting for more details because this case was being heard just a few moments ago and there are details coming in. But Menaka Gandhi, I also want to ask you, with the court talking about the fact that those dogs who are aggressive or have rabies will never be released. You certainly welcome this given the concern around this infection, this disease.
Beta, those that have rabies are very few and far between, and obviously they cannot be released. They will die in any case. There's no question of releasing them or sterilizing them or doing anything with them.
Yes.
A dog that has rabies has to be watched and either put to sleep or confined till it dies. Regarding aggressive dogs, this is a gray area because we do not know what constitutes the word aggression. So 8 weeks from now, when the court meets again, we will discuss this issue and find out what constitutes aggression. Is it 1 bite? Is it 2 bites? What is it?
Okay.
For instance, dogs run after cars. Is that aggression or is it part of their natural urge? What is it? For instance, some people say dogs are aggressive because they sit on scooters at night and sometimes rip the what you call a rexine. Is that aggression? No, it isn't. It's because some alpha dogs don't like sitting on the ground. So if you put a little manji for them, they won't sit on the scooter.
Oh, okay.
So we have to discuss what the word aggression is, Beta. Sometimes, for instance, you own a dog and you fall over the dog and the dog takes a nip at you. Is your own dog aggressive? No. Or is he just disturbed because you were sleeping and you fell over him? So we have to discuss what is aggression.
Menaka Gandhi, I also want to ask you something that the court has said as far as, feeding these animals, of course, sterilization. These were things that were to be done in any case, and you all have been talking about this. And we've also focused on the failure of the authorities, the municipal authorities, to do their job. So in that sense, we're back to square one, isn't it?
Because for the first time, the court has recognized and ordered that feeding spots should be made. These feeding spots till now were in a gray area, even though they were part of the law of the ABC program. Now the Supreme Court has said that everywhere, all across India, feeding spots will have to be made, and feeders will only feed at the feeding spots. Now this is a giant step forward, because until then, RWAs, lots of them didn't make them, or the police would come and say, no, you can't feed here, you can't feed there. So at least now, there is a specific instruction that you will feed in one place.
Menaka Gandhi, because you say this is extremely important, I've also heard from many dog lovers who say this is also not correct, given that dogs are territorial creatures, are territorial animals. How would you expect everybody to come at a particular spot and expect to be fed there? So in that sense, would you say, is it practical or is it not very practical?
No, wait a minute, Bite. No, but the Supreme Court has not said one feeding spot.
Okay.
If there are, for instance, you have RWAs that have 18 acres and have got 35 dogs. Okay? Obviously, those 35 will require 3 feeding spots or 4 feeding spots. There is no limit to the feeding spots. It's just that now they are regulated. You have to do them. That is the giant.
I request you to be with us because our legal editor Nalini Sharma is also with us on the broadcast and she'd like to ask a couple of questions. Nalini.
Ma'am, an important update that is coming from the Supreme Court through this order is that the Supreme Court has expanded the scope of this entire matter. First, where it was limited to Delhi NCR, now all states and union territories are going to have a stake in it. So there'll be more stakeholders, there'll be more opinions. How do you see this impacting the matter that's pending before the top court?
No, I think it's wonderful because every state was so quick to jump on the Justice Pardiwala order. And Rajasthan announced that we'll pick up all the dogs in Rajasthan. Tamil Nadu announced the same. Goa said the same. And, then cities like Chandigarh started picking up. Indore started picking up. So it became completely everybody doing what they understood of it. So now having applied this order to the whole of India, at least we will get some sense and some balance across the country.
Ma'am, another important aspect that has come to light is that during the course of the hearing, the Supreme Court had categorically criticized the manner in which the municipal authorities and the local authorities were working on the ground, where they had gone to the extent of saying that the reason why the problem has become so big is because the authorities have failed to take action. So now asking the same authorities to ensure that these orders are going to be complied with, do you think it's going to make a difference with the top court monitoring this entire case on a regular basis?
Beta, I agree with this completely. The whole program was a failure because A, there was no money put into it, ever. 2, it was completely left to every Nagar Palika and municipality to do what they wanted. 3, the NGOs that are running the ABC program in about 400 districts are fake and have been put in there because of the whims and fancies of the local health officer or municipal commissioner. Number 4, the ABC centers are really not good. For instance, 3 that I know of have been built in garbage dumps in a city like Bhopal, in Indore, in Kanchipuram, and God knows how many others. In many cases, there is no ABC center, like in Faridabad, and it's left to the NGO to find its own ABC center. So at least now, the ABC rules, and because of the fear of the Supreme Court, government has already announced in Parliament that they're putting 2,500 crores into it, which will be the first time that money has been put into this program after 25 years. Secondly, the ABC rules now, because the Supreme Court has ratified them, will have to apply to every municipality and to every Nagar Palika. Now, they cannot give it to NGOs at their own whim. And the Animal Welfare Board gets more power to remove illegal NGOs.
Menaka Gandhi, I'm going to thank you for joining in and sharing your views with us.